Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Into the Night. Tonight, we talk about indie filmmaking here. My name is Paul A. Brooks. I am the founder of Into the Night Motion Pictures, and I only have a free Zoom account, so these conversations can never go more than 35, 40 minutes tops. And I'm super excited to be chatting today with someone who I've been trying to chat with for a while now. We've been trying to make something happen, and we're finally getting it going. Erick Lorinc, welcome.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Absolutely. First, we got to talk about your background because it's sweet.
What, oh gosh, what do I say about my background? What do I do? What
What
do
can
I?
you tell us?
I grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I went to film school at the University of Miami.
I'm so sorry. I meant your Zoom background.
Oh, my Zoom background.
I
I
mean,
was like,
we can
what?
talk about all that if you want to.
We don't have to. I was caught off guard. My background, it's a poster for my new movie that I don't know when it'll come out, but it'll be new.
Well, I'm very excited to check it out. It's called Liv and Cherry's Halloween Haunt.
That's right. That's right.
Tell us a little bit about it.
It is about a neighborhood haunted house run by Liv and Shari. It's like a neighborhood Halloween thing that they have kids come through, they set up decorations and all this stuff, and then aliens crash land underneath the house and bring the decorations to life, and they start snatching people. And eventually, like it spreads out all across Chattanooga within budget reasons.
It
And
sounds like a lot of fun.
it is a lot of fun.
So where are you at with it right now?
I am hopefully in the last week of filming special effects shots for it. It takes forever because I'm all by myself. Uh,
I know how that goes.
it takes a really long time.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's the last week, and then there's a rough cut of the movie without the insert shots in it, so it's mostly edited picture wise. But then all the so many visual effects, and then the score, and then all of that. But
Yeah.
so it's got a ways to go, but it's coming.
It's always, the shooting is like this tiny little chunk of time, and then post-production is just, it drags on forever sometimes.
It's wild. And it's for, oh gosh, you see other movies like they film and then it comes out later that year and you get so jealous. The new VHS Halloween, they had a segment about a haunted house that they filmed like this summer and it's already out last October. I'm jealous.
Because they have more than one person
They do
working
have
on
more
it.
than one person and a little bit of money, and I
Yeah.
don't either.
My
But I liked that short though, not to poo on them because I actually
yeah,
thought that was really good.
my friend Sarah Nicklin is in one of the shorts, and
That
here
was
she
the
is behind
one.
me. There she is.
Oh, what?
She's in my new ghost hunting show, Ghost Girls.
She's good. I
She's
like
great.
she's talented. I like her.
That's a odd coincidence that came up.
That is great. That's kind of crazy.
So this is perfect that you're on the show. This is a show about indie filmmaking, and you are clearly someone who wears a lot of different hats.
Yes, I have to. I'm bald.
Are you, are you hoping to get to a point though where you would like to have some help with some of this
Yeah,
stuff? Yeah.
yeah. I love that film is a collaborative medium, and I'm really excited for that to be the case for me one day. Because I love working with people. My friend Gabby is like the best cinematographer I've ever met, and she shot a thing for me, and I loved that, and I would love for more other people doing jobs on my movies for me.
Wouldn't it be nice?
It would be very nice. One day it'll happen. So yeah, ideally I would just be writing and directing and maybe editing. I do love editing. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. You and I are kind of in the same boat. I'm an editor, and sometimes I do that to sort of pay the bills and everything and work on different projects for different people. But there's definitely part of me, having just directed my second feature, that would love to hand that off to somebody else. But at the same time, I know what I want. I know how to get
Yeah,
it.
that's a biggie.
Yeah.
That's
So
why, like,
it's
I would give up a lot of elements of film, but editing is tricky. It's so specific. It's an art, and I love it. So it's, yeah, that's tricky.
well, I wanted to ask you because you edited the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, is that correct?
Yes, this year and last year.
That's awesome. Tell me about how you got involved with that and sort of what the process is like for that.
Yeah, so I did a Kickstarter for a movie I wanted to make called High Beams, which was like a 16 millimeter slasher throwback, and I shot the first 5 minutes on 16 millimeter. So I'd have like a scene, and the Kickstarter was not successful because I'm not famous and don't have a following and don't know people who have a following. But there were a lot of people who were like, "Ooh, I really like film and that scene you did. Good job." And so I got lunch with Michael Verratti because he liked that a lot, and we have a lot of we were friends on Twitter, and we both like Goosebumps and whatever. So we got lunch, and I don't know, we're just friends now, and he directs the show. And I had come to Los Angeles and got editing work pretty fast. I answered a Craigslist ad for like a mini series thing, and it was like a weird Armenian mini series thing that nobody's ever gonna see. But the same company edited works on the daytime Emmys. And so I worked on the daytime Emmys. So then when Michael directed the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards and knew I had edited on award shows before and loved horror movies and blah 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 blah, I was like, oh okay, would you want to do it even though we don't pay a lot? And yes, yeah, I'd love to edit the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, obviously. And so I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's I sort of, I was in LA for about 6 years and I found that a lot of people go out there and try to do the networking thing and there's a certain way to do it. At least in my experience, that I mean to me it's just sort of making friends more than
It's
anything
that
else.
you don't get, from my experience, you don't really get work from just, I mean, like, I don't know, if someone's looking for like a cinematographer or whatever and you have a reel on hand and you meet them at a party, maybe. But generally, you got to make friends, like actual friends.
Yeah.
And that's the way to break in and do it. And I
Yeah.
haven't even, I wouldn't say I've broken in yet because
But
I'm
you
not sure what I
clearly
want to
have
do.
some
But I'm
connections and
starting
you're
to, yeah. So that's been nice. And
yeah.
I'm hoping that trajectory continues because it's
Yeah.
been nice.
Well, so you're also um working in some capacity with the Oscars as well, the technical side of it.
There's so that's all editing stuff too. That's, I have a friend, Patrick, who ed edits packages for a lot of the award shows and a lot of other shows. And he's brought me on initially just like assistant editing and sorting clips for what was then the SAG Awards. Now it's called the Actor Awards, which is crazy. But the and the Oscars and Netflix's Tudum event thingy. And now I've edited packages for the SAG Awards and the Tudum, and hopefully we'll get to edit more in the future.
Is it actually called the Tadum?
Yeah, like ta-dum, like the noise when you open it. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Which is the most I've ever been paid on a project too. It was like such a weird little thing, and Netflix got that money, I guess. That
Yeah.
was like the first time I've gotten editor's rate. That was cool. I missed that for a month.
So how long have you been in LA?
I got here in 2019,
Okay.
so it'll be 7 years next month.
And did you move from Chattanooga?
Yeah, so I went to college in Miami, made a movie there the second I graduated, which whatever, and then back to Chattanooga while I was editing for a year, and then moved to Los Angeles from there. Because I graduated Miami in 2017, and I moved here in 2019.
So did you have a sense that you wanted to end up there eventually? Like had it been in the works for a while moving out there?
I wouldn't, I mean, like I knew I was gonna do it, and the works makes it sound like I did stuff to get ready for moving, and I didn't. I like had no money or anything.
That's the
Um,
way to do it. You just
yeah,
go out
no.
there.
I was a Lyft driver for my first 5 years I was out there, and it just sucked.
So what has, I mean, I moved in 2020 during COVID, because things were getting scary, and I was like, I don't know if I want to be here while, the world is kind of falling
Yeah. Oh my
apart.
God. Like COVID happened like 6 months after I moved, or a year after. It was crazy.
Brutal.
Yeah.
What has it been like for you though? I mean, obviously there's a lot of people in LA, in Hollywood, trying to pay the bills and get by and just find work. What has the experience been like for you in terms of the freelance side of everything?
Really hard.
Yeah.
I like full disclosure, I like took a loan out a few months ago to pay for that month's rent. Like it's still rough. Because even when you get like, oh, you worked on the Oscars. If you work on them for not Oscars, like for a package for the Oscars, you do that for like a month, and that pays for a month of rent,
Yeah.
and then
You're
you're
looking
back
again.
at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's tricky because like if you get like a full-time job, or you have a flexible enough schedule to go on set, and when that comes up and blah 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 blah, it's just rough. So I'm hoping this upcoming year I'll maybe get enough editing gigs to where I can have my own-ish schedule. And who knows, maybe I'll finish this movie and it'll be so good and people let me make a Fear Street show. Who knows? I
That's
don't.
the dream.
It'd be nice.
That's awesome. Well, we got to talk about, I don't know if the movie that you just alluded to is what I was going to bring up next, but I want to ask you about this Thanksgiving movie that
Oh
you
yeah,
made called The Last Thanksgiving. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but
that's
is
okay.
this what you did right out of college?
Yes.
Let's talk about it. What is The Last Thanksgiving?
This is a slasher movie, set at Thanksgiving, also made for little money. But though the movie I'm making right now is made for less money than the Thanksgiving one. I didn't know, I thought it was going to be easier to break into Hollywood back then. It was very silly of me. So like I'll invest in this and then but whatever. But so yeah, so I made a Thanksgiving slasher movie with my friends right out of college. Most of whom were still in college. So it was made by like college students in between classes. Um, and it's about like a family that are related, like descendants of a pilgrim lady who she organized the first Thanksgiving dinner way back in the day. And it turns out she was a cannibal and she cooked up Native Americans and they ate them without knowing.
Oh my God.
And they kill, so her family, relatives, whatever, kill people who don't celebrate Thanksgiving every year and eat them.
Well, that sounds fun.
It is fun. It could have been more fun. I think like I mean, because my the script I initially wrote isn't exactly the movie that got made because of budget and like, oh, we have this location. Oh no, we don't. Blah 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 blah. And even then, I also wasn't a perfect screenwriter when I was 20. So like, it's also because of that. But there's some fun bits. Linnea Quigley's in it, and that was very
Oh,
exciting.
nice.
Yeah, she's my favorite actress. I was very excited. She lived in Florida, so I just like drove her down for a weekend. And that was very nice,
That's
actually. I
great.
really like that.
Well, if people want to check it out, it's on Tubi.
It's on Tubi, Screenbox, Amazon Prime. There's a VHS that I like.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, I like the video. I think that's the ideal way to watch it even. Like it looks more correct to me. Yeah, it's fine. There's like 8 minutes of that movie I'm really proud of. There's like a good chase and some other bits.
Well,
That's
especially with your first feature, um, I think that you learn an overwhelming amount of lessons.
And that was what I got out of it. I learned a poop ton. Got a lot of stuff out, and I'm finding the same thing with this current movie now, which I think is definitely a lot better than the Thanksgiving one. But like it's flawed in some other ways, but then there's other ways where that's kind of it works. I think I don't know, it's cool. I'm
What
always learning.
if you had to pick out maybe one thing that stood out for you as a lesson that you learned from the first film? Is there anything that comes to mind immediately?
There's a few things. You can't fully rely on somebody if you're not paying them, even if they're your friend, which is nothing to say on any friends who fell through on things or not. Like it's just you weren't getting paid, so it's fine.
Right.
But you just can't rely on that if you don't have money. So never have do something in an indie where you don't have a contingency plan or that you can't eventually do yourself. Special effects take longer to make than you think they will, especially if you have another person doing them, because there were three special effects props in the last Thanksgiving where I hired out, and they all took double the length that the guys said they were going to take. And so just plan to not have them the day they're ready or the day they're supposed to be ready. There's I mean, like I'm already a pretty harsh editor on myself. Like I know when I did something that isn't the best. And I know a lot of other indie filmmakers who aren't like that. So just be if you are too kind to yourself, make sure you get other people's eyes on it.
Totally. Yeah, I
Um,
think that's really important because once you start getting too close to a project, it's very easy to lose that, like what needs to stay, what needs to go, what's good, what's not.
yeah.
You
Which
need
gets
fresh
tricky when
eyes.
it's like a short movie already. Like you make something 79 minutes and you're like, oh God, this 2 minute scene's so bad. And it's like, well, now it's not a feature anymore. That's this
I don't
thing.
know. I know that Joe Bob Briggs thinks 77 minutes is the perfect length. So
Well, that's how long Live and Sherry's Halloween Haunt is,
there you
not
go.
including credits. As of right now, we'll see where it ends up. But like literally exactly 77 minutes. That's funny.
Perfect.
Is that how
Perfect.
long Chopping Mall is? Is that what he said?
Yeah,
Yeah,
chopping mall.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect movie.
Um, Tell me a little bit about your distribution process, sort of how you, because this is always one of the biggest question marks. Did you do the Film Hub thing with the last Thanksgiving? Do you have plans on what you're going to try to do with the new one? How does that sort of work for you?
So for the last Thanksgiving, I had so it was released by Scream Team Releasing.
Okay, yeah.
So it's Justin Seaman and his crew. And they had shown the barn uh in Miami. That might have been the premiere. I don't know. I went and saw it, and I saw that Linnea Quigley was in it, and I saw that they were trying to do distribution, and was like, oh, well, then the last Thanksgiving would be right up their alley. And I just emailed him, and he was like, yeah, sure. So it was literally an email, and then it got a little distribution.
Wow. That's
So
pretty
that was
sweet.
how that worked out. I don't know. I'm figuring out if I want to do something different for Live and Sherry. Like
Hmm.
I wanted to show in more because the Thanksgiving one came out during the pandemic, so it was only at online festivals, which I still managed to make some friends from, which was cool. But I'd like Live and Sherry's to show it more and then maybe see who likes it.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's always smart to sort of when you make a new movie, you see what your options are. You don't have to automatically go the exact same route as the
Yeah.
previous time.
That's the plan, and they've been good, and I don't know. I haven't done anything else before, so I'm curious about
Right.
how it all
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
Cool. We have a little segment on this show called Indie Inspo, and we're going to do that right now. Eric, tell me about independent film that has inspired you throughout your career, prior to your career, anything like that. What do you got for me?
I think there are a lot of biggies that have been like Evil Dead was always an inspiration and stuff like that. But I'm gonna shout out something that was kind of a specific inspiration for this movie, and that is my beloved Jacko from 1995, the Fred
Jack.
Olin Ray produced. great movie that they recently showed. I love Jacko a lot. It's one of my favorite movies. I'd struggle to say it's like good or whatever, but they showed it on Joe Bob Briggs's show a few months ago. Everybody was very mean to it, and it upset me greatly because I love that movie, and I think there's some rough elements to it, especially in how it is structured and written. But I think it is a vibey little Halloween movie that was shot in Florida in like May or whatever, and still has a pretty great Halloween vibe. And I think I looked to that for some aesthetics and vibe and like I that there's a famous commentary track on it where the director and producer get in a big fight and they're kind of at each other the whole time and then the director storms out.
On the
Um
commentary track?
yes, it's the best commentary ever made. It's really good. It's on the DVD, it's on the Blu-ray, it's on like you can it's very easy to find. Um and it, and the only reason the director was getting so upset is because he cared so much. And I respect that. I think you have to be up your own butt a little bit to want to make to make something good. If you're just
Yeah.
like, whatever, then you're gonna make whatever movies forever. But you have to be up your own butt a little bit. And I try to be up my own butt, while also being self-reflective enough to know when I've done something stupid. But I think Jacko has a great vibe, has lots of fog and wind and a big dumb monster. And I looked to it aesthetically, and tonally, because I actually kind of love like Evil Dead 2 is perfect. It's like it's got horror comedy balanced perfectly throughout the whole thing. Jacko is like a 90s Nickelodeon movie, but every once in a while, like there's boobs or someone gets decapitated. And whenever that happens, because the rest of the movie is still like 90s Nickelodeon, when those things happen, it's like a big surprise. It's like, oh, what? And that's cool that it gets a reaction. So like a lot of my movie, this Live and Sherry's, like it's around kids, and then the monsters are mostly just like grabbing people, but then every once in a while, like a monster will shove a spike in some girl's head, and it's like,
Like you forgot that it was
yeah, and
a
I
horror
think that's
movie.
like a fun, and you'll never see that outside of an indie film. Like you would never get something so tonally jarring in a studio picture. And since I'm making an indie film, I kind of want to embrace that intentionally because I think that's fun.
Yeah.
So there's like lots of like tonal whiplash.
I love tonal whiplash.
Me too. I'll kill a kid, I'll kill a whoever. And then the
Um,
rest of the movie, it's like not.
I have to make a confession to you. I've never seen it,
Jacko,
Jacko,
it's
but
really good. I own 5 copies of it because every time they release it, I buy. I gave to Jacko 2 just did a Kickstarter or whatever it was, and I contributed. I love it. It's
I
so good. Everybody says it's bad, but they're all wrong.
well, I definitely have to check it out now because I do have it downstairs on VHS, and I don't know what's wrong with me, so I'll get on it.
VHS is the way to watch it too. That's like,
Yeah,
but if you ever get the DVD or the Blu-ray, that commentary track is like the best commentary ever. It's very, I show it to friends all the time.
it's amazing that they decided to just leave it in rather than scrap it and do it over or something.
I think, who's the director? Is it Steve Latshaw or Ryan Latshaw?
They might have they might
But
have realized that there's some value in having that in there.
I think because Fred Olin Ray put out the DVD and the Blu-ray, and he's on the commentary. He's the one being like, this movie's a real piece of work. And then the director gets pissed and leaves. And I think he either saw how fun that was business, or he just like, he might have put it out to be mean, I think.
Oh,
But whatever, because it's
yeah,
funny. It's
yeah.
really good. It's really good. And the Blu-ray looks fantastic. That came out like 3 or 4 years ago now. And
Who
it was
put
really
it out? Do you know?
I don't know what company, but I know Fred Olin Ray, I think he edited it himself because they because they edited it on video initially, I think. And so he like edited the film elements back onto the movie. So the sound is kind of bad because
Mm,
it's like the old whatever soundtrack with just
yeah.
like the film clips overlaid on top. Um, there's 2 shots for the special effects are missing because of that. But the it looks really good.
Um, we got a couple minutes left here. We have to talk about your recent road trip. I gave you a suggestion for a spot to stop at, and I was very happy that you took my suggestion. Was that the first time that you had done the LA road trip, basically?
No, because whenever I drive to Tennessee or from Tennessee to Los Angeles, I drive that way. But so I've done it 4 times.
Okay.
But I never know where to stop. I didn't even this last time I was like, oh my God, the Grand Canyon is here, and I stopped at the Grand Canyon because I didn't know it was that close.
But I suggested a old motel hotel that used to be a spot for a lot of westerns that were shooting way back in the day called the El Rancho in Gallup, New Mexico. And you had lunch there?
Yes, it
Did
was
you have a
very
good
good.
time?
I had a very good time. I like looked all around the hotel. I should have stayed. It cost as much as the hotel I had the la night before when I checked, so I should have fucking drove an extra 2 hours the day before and stayed there
Yeah, it's always, you got to figure out where to make your stops. It looked like you had to stop early one night because you got
because of
stuck
the
in some
snow. And that was
snow.
the night before. But yeah, I hadn't gotten caught in snow like that ever. It was I couldn't see. Great.
I love doing that road trip though. I mean,
Me too. I like driving.
yeah, me too. A lot of people don't, in a hurry and everything, or either just don't have the time to do it, have to get back to work or whatever the case may be and can't do it. But I always say if you have the opportunity, I mean, I've done all of Route 66, like that, all that stuff is a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
I like Route 60. They filmed a lot of the Hitcher on it. So I stopped at the diner where yeah. That's
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for chatting with me. I have on the screen Eric's Instagram handle is right down here if you want to give him a follow. And
Do
appreciate it
it.
very much. Yeah, do it.
Do it. It'll be
And
fun.
stay tuned for more updates on Liv and Cherry's Halloween Haunt. You don't have any release dates or anything yet, right? But you're
Now.
working
No,
on
no,
it.
no, no. Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And we'll talk to you next time on Into the Night tonight.